Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Today, I have another episode of Gear and Gadgets for you, and we got some really cool stuff to go over. Before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I release daily knife and EDC content. Hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people, and let us know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. I love seeing what you guys have for your EDC. So the first order of business is this pouch you see here in front of you. This is coming in from Roaring Fire Gear. This is something I've been testing out for several weeks at this point. It wasn't something I pulled out of the mailer and now I am filming it. This is something I've been using for the last 6 to 8 weeks, if not maybe even a little bit longer. This is one of their newer pouches. It's called the Smolder Waxed Canvas Organizer Pouch, and I will link their website down below. I'll also link a few other Roaring Fire Gear items through their website and through Amazon. Very high quality gear comes out of Roaring Fire Gear. Now you can see this is a waxed canvas pouch. You have a couple of MOLLE straps here. You have a pull handle here. You have a place for an RE here, and I had that right there. I took it off to start the video, but that's been rocking out on there since I received this. Now you have some nice YKK zippers here, and you have this front pouch. That'll be a nice spot for various gear. We're not going to really get into what you could put in there. It's an endless list of things, and depending on what you want this pouch for, whether it's a tech pouch, a tool pouch, an EDC pouch. I mean, we've been over this before. The circumstance and scenarios for what this pouch can exist for is pretty much endless. You could make this a fire kit, a medical kit, all kinds of different stuff. Now, what I've done is basically just make this a gear pouch at this point. And not only are we going to talk about the pouch, but we have a couple of items inside that I've never shown on the channel before. So we open this up, and right away you see a ton of organization. You got a large sleeve back here. It does come with 2 of these C-clamps, one here and one here. That is really cool to just have those added on. I do have a Olight i3E on here, or IE3, and a striker for a Ferro rod. I just have a log and jotter back here just to take notes and whatnot. Then you can see the different strapping here. I really like this netted pouch because that allows you to keep some looser items, some smaller items. Now I just threw a hank in here, a fire plug, and an extra AAA battery, which I can use for my little i3E there. And I think that's about it for in there, but you could throw an endless list of things in here, and it just helps keep everything in one spot. Those smaller items that might not stay down in this sleeve, or might not fit down in one of these wraps here. And then we can open this up, and this is padded here, so anything that's down here, is not going to get roughed up. This is very soft material here. Now, behind here, the only thing that's going to be back there right now is I tossed this in. This is a newer knife from Artisan Cutlery called the Home. If there's any of these left, I'll have them linked down in the description. I'll have all this stuff linked down in the description, or what I can. But that's mainly been hanging out back in there. So we get to the main set here, and we have a tactile turn titanium pen here. This is a special edition tactile turn pen. It's got the green anodized chamber in there. We have the Big Idea Design bit bar, and I think this is the V1. I think they've since done a V2, but I don't know. I always like this one a little bit better. You have this receding bit tray here with 8 bits housed. You have a lanyard hole here, a titanium clip, a titanium body, and then you have the driver portion up here where you can just pop out what you need and toss her in. You can also put an extension in there if you needed or wanted. I have one, but I don't have it in the pouch. That would be something ideal to throw in here, actually. And the other thing I honestly need to do is change these bits out in here. Now, you might be saying, why do I have two separate bit drivers here? This is more for everyday life stuff here, Phillips and flats and so on. This here is a pry bar and bit driver combo. We'll just set that there. This is a pry bar and bit driver, but this is geared strictly and only for my knives and multi-tools and stuff like that. That's a Torx 8 and a Torx 6. They're pretty much the two most common Torx sizes you're going to run into on a pocket knife. Now, T10 is making, you know, that's also very common, but typically body screws, pocket clip screws, a lot of pivot screws are going to be 6 and 8, and then those bits are housed here, and you can throw one here in the butt end, and then you have your pry bar flathead function here. That's the Vero Fulcrum. Great pry bar. For about half the cost, though, admittedly, you can go with the Olight O-Pry, which is very, very similar. It's not quite as long, but it's a little bit thicker. So, but it's about half the cost as well, and still comes in titanium. Still is a nice setup. I recommend both. It just depends on, you know, what you want to spend. Now, the STO2 here from Rock Tool is a phenomenal multi-tool. If you're looking for an EDC-able, pocketable multi-tool and you don't need a bunch of flash and flare, you don't need a full-size Leatherman, right? This is cool because it comes with a nice set of scissors. I do have a unboxing of this in a separate Gear and Gadgets episode, a very recent one, actually. If you're interested in gear, you like gear, I have a ton of videos on all kinds of different gear, and I've labeled them Gear and Gadgets, and there's all kinds of stuff, flashlights and any type of gear you can pretty much think of. We have a nice straight-edged knife here, and you are going to have a liner lock, so this will be a locking knife here, which is a nice touch. And then you can get that out one-handed. This is still being broken in, so it's a little bit, you know, everything's a little bit tight, but as it breaks in, it'll get smoother and smoother. And what's really cool is not only do you have scissors and a knife, but you have a full-size bit driver here, and that is a very nice touch. That is on a double detent system. Now, all these tools here are going to be locking. Now, you can only lock one, or no, you can lock them all out, I guess, but it wouldn't make sense to. You can lock each one of these out, and it uses this mechanism back here, and it keeps all them tools locked up. So the only thing that won't be locking is going to be your bit driver there, but that's on a nice, strong detent system there. And then, like I said, the scissors do lock out there via that liner. So your knife and scissors are going to have that liner style lock. And these are nice and sharp. I love this thing. I love the profile. It's got a pocket clip. This is something I can easily put in my pocket, and it doesn't bother me. It's something I want to carry and would carry. Now we move to the left side. We have just a refillable lighter here from Clipper. I really like their stuff. They have a couple different styles, and I buy a lot of them because they can be refilled. Do they last forever? No, but you can get a couple uses out of them. I threw a pair of titanium tweezers in here just because. And then we have a batteryized Olight in brass. And then this is going to take another thing I'm going to be throwing in here. Or no, that's right. That is a AAA. So that's why I only have one AAA in here. Both these run off of one AAA. So if I were to need, you know, a refill on battery life, I have a spare battery in there for one or the other. This is admittedly mainly just for if it's dark and I'm trying to get into this pouch, right? I can see what I'm doing, whatever. That's mainly what this is for. This is to pull out and put in the pocket or pull out and use, where this is just for the pouch. Handmade ferrocerium rod from Mitten State EDC. I will have him linked down below. The best handmade ferrocerium rods in the game are going to be coming from Mitten State EDC. He's got several different sizes. He does all kinds of wood, micarta, carbon fiber, glow-in-the-dark material, all kinds of different handles, and they're just really, really well done. This is called the G-Ball. I came up with this configuration here, this wood and this micarta. Absolutely love it, and they just work very well. I have a couple of them and highly, highly recommend them if you're looking for a good premium handmade ferrocerium rod. And here we are moving on to the Sparrows. This is a lock-picking set, a EDC-able lock-picking set. So as you can see here, you have your arm, and I'm not the most fluid when it comes to lock-picking tools and what everything is called, but this is a new piece of gear from Sparrows in 2024. I do have a review coming on this, but this is a pocketable lock-picking set here. This is more for advanced people, I would say. And I'm not saying I'm advanced in any stretch of the imagination, but it is something I really wanted to check out. I mean, look at that thing. It's smaller than, you know, most items you're going to have. It'd be just something nice to have with you. It doesn't, it weighs a little bit. It has a little bit of weight to it, but it's not crazy. It's extremely well made. I think the company is out of Canada where these are made. I'm not 100% sure if it's Canada or the US or if they're, you know, foreign made outside of here, but they are really well made and really well finished. Lock picking is something I really want to excel at and get good at. I'm decent at some locks. Other locks, I need a lot of practice yet. So now we've kind of went over everything that's in the pouch here. How has it worked for me? Well, I've taken this, I took this to Blade Show, I've taken this to some concerts, and I've just taken it out with us on a couple of short trips. And it's a great piece of kit to have. Now, this is not a pocketable pouch here. This is not something you're going to want to put in your jeans pocket or your khaki pocket. This is more of either a standalone pouch. You grab it, throw it in your car, you know, when you leave your house, or it's something you leave in your vehicle, or it's something you put in another bag just to keep your stuff organized within your backpack, right? So that way all these items aren't loose, just flopping around. And it doesn't have to be just these items. You know, if you want to have a medical kit in the backpack in your vehicle, this is a perfect way to do that right here. I could almost bet you can get a full medical kit in here of all the stuff you would need in this kit right here. And having this netted area is going to be a game changer for some people with loose items. Now, like I said, this could be a tech pouch, a fire starting pouch, a medical pouch, just an EDC pouch like you see how I have it here, kind of an EDC or gear pouch. You could make this a strictly like a tool pouch where all you have is just various tools in here. Like I said, the list is endless as to what you can do with a pouch like this. Now, they also have larger pouches, and they're starting to come out with mini pouches as well. Roaring Fire Gear, and believe me, guys and gals, I have dozens of different pouches from many, many manufacturers, and there are a lot of great companies out there making a lot of great products. Roaring Fire Gear is at the top tier when it comes to a very well-made pouch. They are just extremely well done. There's not a detail that is overlooked on these. All the stitching, everything is just very well done. And, you know, if you wanted to, you could add this onto a pack. You know, I haven't done that. I've just either thrown this in the vehicle or I've thrown it down in another bag. And, you know, when I have this with me, oh, I know what I had in here that I took out. It was a charging cable and a little battery bank. That's what else was in here as well. But if I have this with me, I know I have all my, you know, immediate needs covered. Lighters, flashlights, you know, backup fire starting, a couple different tools. I got a pen, you know, I got a multi-tool, pair of scissors and all that stuff. A hank for wiping lenses down or whatever may need wiped down, extra battery. So, you know, a way to take notes. It's basically a full EDC loadout. Anything I could pretty much need is going to be in this pouch. So I know I'm in a good situation. Even if I leave my house and this is all I have with me, I know I'm going to be in a good situation. Or if this is something you just leave in your vehicle, so you know you have various gear in here, and that way anytime you leave your house, you know you got a kit that's ready to go, filled with the stuff that you're going to basically need, or stuff that you could need, right? You'll have to let me know. What do you think of Roaring Fire Gear or this Roaring Fire Gear pouch? And if you have any experience with Roaring Fire Gear, I'd love to hear what you have to say about them. If you don't have any experience with them, let me know what one of your favorite pouches are, or if you are interested in looking at any various pouches. I'm going to try to get one of their mini EDC pouches. It's a smaller pouch that's new. If you want to see that, let me know down in the comments. I will try to snag one from Roaring Fire Gear. Other than that, everyone, hit that thumbs up button. That helps push this video out there to more people. If you're new here, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you are subscribed. Ring the bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. Every Saturday and Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, I do a live stream. Everyone and anyone is welcome to join. I'd love to have you there. I'm going to throw up a couple of new videos. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.